Live with Mark and Kelly after over 40 years. They recently relocated to a new studio in downtown, and Kelly Ripa won with their first visitor. She was ecstatic because it was her most recent obsession. Who was this unique individual then? For more information, continue reading. Why Kelly Ripa is obsessed with her new set's first guest. Fans of Live with Kelly and Mark were disappointed to see the original studio go. There they had seen Kelly Ripa, Kathy Lee Gifford, and Regis Philbin host. It was time to go on, even though a lot of memories were produced and kids were reared. Even while it was bittersweet, viewers knew that new memories will be created and that this would be a great transition. The transition to the new location went longer than anticipated, and Kelly and Mark Consuelos took a long break. Although the frequent reruns weren't to everyone's taste, the program is back, and the new studio has been revealed. When RTKOA's very own Portia Williams arrived, Kelly was overjoyed. Portia returned for season 16 after missing 2 seasons of the sexy Bravo reality show. Kenya Moore was fired for openly sharing intimate photos of newbie Brit Edie, making this a hot year. However, Brit appeared to be threatening Kenya with a firearm. Both women, not only Kenya, should have lost their peaches, according to program viewers. Furthermore, they think that Kenya might not have reacted if Bravo had intervened against Brit. Portia made the dubious decision to appear to back Brit. Having Portia as a guest made Kelly Ripa very happy. She clarified why she adores Atlanta. Despite being a Jersey girl, Kelly can't help but be obsessed with Portia and the cast, which may surprise you. In addition to being delighted to see an Atlanta housewife on Live, viewers appreciated Kelly's approachable zeal. A passion for Portia, it felt like a wise decision to have Portia Williams as the first visitor in the brand new Live with Kelly and Mark studio. It was well timed for her to reveal the truth about what was happening with the women, and viewers were delighted to see her. Naturally, Kelly Ripa was thrilled to have the RHOA star by her side and was happy that she returned to Bravo. Portia's authenticity, intelligence, and beauty left viewers speechless. They noted how she shone and were ecstatic to have her as a guest. I hope Kelly Ripa's wishes came true, and that this has at least somewhat atoned for her transgressions. On a Monday morning that felt more like a red carpet premiere than a talk show opening, Live with Kelly and Mark debuted its brand new studio set. Fans gasped. Cameras panned. The sleek reimagining of the iconic morning show space shimmered with light wood accents, skyline views, and velvet blue paneling. A complete visual upgrade that screamed sophistication and warmth. But the real buzz wasn't just about the fresh design. No, it was about who walked out first. As the audience held their breath, Kelly Ripa, in a fitted cobalt dress that mirrored the new studio palette, walked proudly to center stage beside Mark Consuelos. After a brief welcome, she turned to the audience with a grin so mischievous it could only mean one thing. Today, she said, we start this new chapter of Live with someone very, very special. My first guest on the new set is my obsession, and I am not using that word lightly. A dramatic entrance, the doors parted. Fog machines hissed dramatically, and out walked Pedro Pascal. Yes, that Pedro Pascal, star of The Last of Us, The Mandalorian, and the internet's collective daydream. Wearing a suede jacket, dark aviators, and his signature humble smirk, Pedro strutted out to a standing ovation. Kelly clutched her chest theatrically. Ladies and gentlemen, she gasped, Daddy is here. Mark tried, unsuccessfully, to hide a smirk as Kelly twirled like a teenager backstage at a boy band concert. Pedro leaned in for a hug, and Kelly half whispered into the mic, if I faint, just keep rolling. Kelly's longtime fascination. This wasn't some last-minute booking. Kelly Ripa has been vocal about her Pedro Pascal obsession for years. She's talked about binge-watching Narcos, rewatching his SNL monologue 10 times, and even jokingly telling Mark that Pedro was on her emergency celebrity crush list. You know, the kind couples give each other with a wink. But what started as a running gag became something else entirely. This man, Kelly said during the interview, is the intersection of talent, humility, and, let's face it, cheekbones that belong in the Louvre. Pedro, blushing and bashful, replied, I don't know what to do with all this love, but I will take it. And I will text my therapist immediately. The two shared an easy, hilarious rapport. One part flirty, one part fangirling, and all completely unforced. Mark, ever the good sport, occasionally sipped his coffee and interjected with things like, he's a good-looking guy, I get it. And, I think you smiled wider at him than you did at me on our wedding day. Why Pedro? It would be easy to say Pedro Pascal is Kelly Ripa's obsession, just because he's Hollywood's hottest name at the moment. But the truth runs deeper and speaks to a shift in what audiences, and Kelly herself, are craving. Authenticity, heart, complexity, humor. Pedro isn't just a handsome face. He's a man who spent decades in supporting roles before bursting into superstardom in his late 40s. He's layered, vulnerable, goofy, and grateful. It's exactly the kind of human story Kelly gravitates toward. He reminds me of what this show is about, Kelly said. Connection, resilience, weird internet memes. That last part referenced the now viral fan edits of Pedro eating various sandwiches, which Kelly brought up with pride. You've reached peak fame when your sandwich bites trend. A perfect fit for the new era. The interview wasn't just about Pedro's latest projects. It was a celebration of Live's fresh new chapter, of the soft launch of Kelly and Mark's more playful format, and of embracing full-on enthusiasm without shame. The producers even crafted a special segment called Pedro's Picks, where he recommended books, late-night snacks, and skincare products. Spoiler: he uses very fancy eye cream. Kelly dutifully jotted notes on cue cards. I will be trying every single one of these, for science. It was the kind of segment Live has leaned into lately, a mix of pop culture, personal insight, and downright silliness, but with a warmth that made even skeptical viewers smile. The internet reacts. As clips flooded social media, fans lost their collective minds. The combination of Kelly Ripa's puppy dog eyes and Pedro's dry humor struck internet gold. Comments on Instagram included, Kelly Ripa in love with Pedro Pascal is all of us. This set isn't the only thing glowing. Look at her face. I'd be worried if I were Mark too. TikTok edits surfaced within hours, many set to romantic music with captions like, Kelly meeting Pedro was the rom-com we didn't know we needed. The Mark factor. And yet, as much as Kelly gushed, giggled, and flirted in full force, the segment never crossed the line. Why? Because of Mark Consuelos. His presence, humor, and security grounded the chaos. At one point, he leaned across the desk and asked Pedro, if you had to play me in a movie about Kelly's life, what would you focus on? Without missing a beat, Pedro replied, your patience. The studio exploded in laughter. Even Kelly doubled over, wiping away tears. You know what, she said. We should just all move in together. Mark raised an eyebrow. You already tried that with Ryan Seacrest. It's getting crowded in here. A symbol of what's next. Pedro Pascal may have just been the first guest, but he represented something much larger. A tone shift, a vibe reset, a bold step forward. This wasn't just a new set. It was a signal that Live is keeping up with the moment, embracing big energy, internet culture, and yes, the kind of joyful obsession that feels a little silly but totally human. We wanted someone to bless this space with good energy, Kelly said at the end of the show. And Pedro Pascal is pure sunshine, with smoldering eyes. Pedro stood, took a mock bow, and blew kisses to the audience. As he exited, Kelly joked, I'm going to sage this chair and never let another guest sit in it.